All right, folks. So today on my stream, apparently, AGN reacted to me. I didn't really know about it, and people brought it to my attention and wanted me to check out the react to do a react of a react of a react. So here I am, and apparently he's labeled it Xbox fanboy meltdown over Xbox ROG ally being an Xbox. It's a PC. Get smoked for calling me out, but um, I think he's delusional. I also think he's completely lost it because if this is what he calls me having a meltdown, my guy, I really think you should look in the mirror because the only one having a meltdown, the only one actually insulting people is you. None of this should actually matter to you. None of this should even be a problem, but you are taking it upon yourself for it to be a problem. And it's weird, right? It's weird. Absolutely weird. But you know what? Let's get involved. Let's get to it. And let's see what's going on here. This is weird watching a react of reacting to me. But here we are. Because apparently I melted down and I don't really see how that works, but we'll check it out together.
All right, here we go, guys. You know how this is. We're going to be replying to this. He's talking about I'm crashing out, which I kind of find funny. The ones who are actually crashing out are them that can accept a simple PC definition, which I kind of find funny here. Because I'm a fiery, intense, passionate being, I'm crashing out. How am I crashing out when I accepted the kindergarten definition a long time ago and made it quite clear that Microsoft does not have the power to come into the PC world and make a PC device somehow some Xbox because you slapped your little logo over it? Sony wouldn't make some a PlayStation because they put their PlayStation logo over it, or EA. This means you can pull up their stuff easier, but it is a PC device. Let's keep going though, because this is.
I mean, technically, yeah. If Xbox wants to call it an Xbox, they can call it an Xbox. At the end of the day, they are defining it as an Xbox. So I'm not wrong here. You can call it what you want, but they are defining it as an Xbox. So it is an Xbox. And when you consider what the next Xbox is going to be, it is going to synergize with that Xbox even more. So I'm technically not wrong here, right?
Interesting.
Between AGN and Turk at the moment, I
Nah, no.
probably shouldn't be getting involved. But I saw this video and I thought, you know what?
Well, you mentioned that for some reason, which is kind of weird. And he sent me one post on Twitter and then said he downloaded. After that, I'm like, why am I going to, like, I had no problem with you. Why am I going to get into this over something that I think is very immature? It is. That's why I said people need to grow up because they're acting like children and can accept a simple toddler definition. There's no.
I mean, the only one acting like a child, is you. The fact that you're getting completely riled up over this, it says more about you than it does to me. And that's the thing, right? I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, this is just content for me. But you're getting really riled up over this, and you really shouldn't. Because at the end of the day, what I think, what anyone else thinks, shouldn't matter. But the way you were getting irate about it, that's where you were crashing out. And you was. And the fact that you can't accept that says, a lot.
Dancing around this. This is about to be done.
What someone in my community is definitely going to ask me to react to this. So here we are. So let's do it.
Of course, I'm going to send you. You know, I would like to stay in this building, but this ally drama. All right, we got a lot to talk about here. Okay, so first and foremost, not even just talking about PlayStation in general, but whoever thought of this idea right here, to me, is highly delusional. Let's jump into this. He says, so the PS5 isn't a PlayStation as it doesn't play PS1, PS2, and PS3 games. I wonder if they said that when the PS5 released. First and foremost, what the hell does backwards compatibility have to do with the definition of a console? Nothing. You want to start with regular NES, Atari, and all of that? What does backwards compatibility have anything?
Well, Adrian, here is the thing. Digital Foundry, in their recent video, I guess, turned around and said that the Xbox ROG Ally isn't an Xbox because it doesn't play any of the older content.
No, they said they don't play Xbox games natively. You know this. This was about it not being able to play Xbox games natively.
Nope. They said that it doesn't play any of the backwards games. It doesn't play the history of Xbox games, is what they just said natively. And it, you know, That then applies to PlayStation. It doesn't play PlayStation 3 games natively. It doesn't play PlayStation 2 games natively. And to my understanding, it doesn't play PlayStation 1 games natively. It didn't just refer to Series X games, it referred all the way back. And that is why people are saying this.
Stop trying to dance around this.
There is no dancing around this. You're just not accepting it.
The PlayStation 5 can play PlayStation 5 games natively. So can
Of course it can.
a PS4. So can a PS3. So can a PS2. So can a PS1. And the PS6 is going to play PS6 games natively. It is not an Xbox console.
None of that is what we're disputing here. We're disputing something completely different and where that statement came from.
It's a PC device, and it cannot play Xbox games natively. That is a fact.
But it's still an Xbox. I'm not saying it's an Xbox Series handheld. I am just saying it is an Xbox, and that is a fact. I just don't understand why he can't accept it. No one is saying that it is an Xbox handheld designed to play Series X games, but it is an Xbox.
You want to cope?
There's no
around
coping.
that?
Doesn't play any of their backwards compatible or their back catalog of content.
They specifically are talking about native games. Natively.
And if we're talking about backwards compatibility natively, again, PS3, PS2, PS1, 1. I think the Digital Foundry definition was stupid, right? They should never have got the previous generation of the back catalog games involved. At the end of the day, those should never have factored in. I'm just saying that is where this came from. And this really isn't a point to get, triggered over.
You can't play Xbox games natively because it's not an Xbox console.
No one said, and again, no one is saying it is a native Xbox Series handheld. See, this is the part that he doesn't understand. People are just calling this, and it is being referred to by Microsoft themselves, who definitely know more than him, right? That it is an Xbox handheld. That is literally it. There is nothing in that name that says this is an Xbox Series P or an Xbox Series X handheld or an Xbox Series S handheld. It is just an Xbox. And regardless of how you want to look at it, those are the facts. I really don't understand why he's struggling to understand this.
It's a PC, playing PC stuff on PC. It's doing exactly what my laptop can do, and it's doing exactly what the desktop can do. It's an extension of that to put on there and pull up the app launchers, load it up like a PC. You're not loading it up like a console. I pull up my Switch, ain't no mouse going there. I'm scrolling through it like a head.
Again, he's wrong here, because when you boot up the Xbox Rogue Ally, it boots up into game mode. Sure, you can force it to then change into the full fat mode, but it boots up into the console mode, into the new game mode, so you get a console experience. Now, I don't make the rules here, right? I'm just regurgitating what is being said. And again, I still ask the question, why are you getting annoyed by this?
Handheld console. Next.
So that is where this is stemming from. This is from Digital Foundry. So that is where this notion is coming from. So in Digital Foundry's own definition, in Richard's own definition, the PlayStation essentially is not a PlayStation because it can't.
No, the PlayStation is a PlayStation because it's a PlayStation console that plays PlayStation games natively.
Again, he's not understanding. There must be some language barrier here. I am saying what someone else is saying. I'm not saying what he's saying. I'm not saying what I believe. I'm not saying what Sony believes. I am just saying what basically Richard said, and changing one word from Xbox to PlayStation and using the same language, the same terminology, the same thing would apply here, which is where this statement is coming from. Again, he's being very hostile regarding this for no reason as well. I've even said based on Digital Foundry, so this isn't my opinion, right? I'm just trying to explain because he's decided to attack this made in 2 minutes person after that post, and I'm just saying where this info, where the foundation for what he is saying has come from. I haven't even said it's my opinion, but let's continue because apparently, get smoked for calling me out bot. Like, wow, big man. I don't. Has anyone actually seen me melt down yet? You're gonna see him melt down in a minute. You're gonna see him melt down.
Xbox Ragala is a PC device that does not play Xbox games natively. It is not an Xbox console. The PlayStation 5 is a PlayStation console that plays PlayStation games, and the PlayStation Portal is an accessory by Sony that comes from Sony's in-house. It's all PlayStation. Copium, you shouldn't have done this. Made yourself look dumb now.
Mate, you are so triggered right now. It is hilarious. I really don't know what to say, buddy. But you look really angry.
You're looking like a bot taking a load from Microsoft. Absorb it all, bro. Swallow the gallons of load they're putting in your face.
Mate, look how triggered he is. Just look how irate he's getting. And he's saying I'm having a meltdown, right? The guy's saying I'm having a meltdown. At this point, you might. Oh. I'll keep it civil because I don't want to start a silly match.
Keep coping and come to somebody to send you after me so you can get your little boost. And
no one sent me after you. I decided that I saw it and I checked out the video, and within the first 30 seconds, I decided that this was hilarious and I wanted to react to it. That's it. Your reaction, which was completely unnatural and over the top, is why I reacted to it. I don't even talk to Turk. Don't think I've ever interacted with him, maybe once or twice on X. I may have referred to him a couple of times in regards to the RAM situation, which he's, right on. But other than that, I don't think I've actually had a one-to-one conversation with him ever. So, for all, I mean, I don't even know who Turk actually is. So, someone sending me over like the mafia for a hit, mate, the delusions are starting to get to you.
your little revenue and all that, you're selling out, and that's
800 views, huh? Fuck it. That's all it got, by the way. 800 views. That's the revenue? Nah, I just thought it'd be fun content. That's all. And I had a good time actually reacting to it because it brightened up my day.
That's why you're getting put in your place.
I'm getting put in my place.
Trying to say I crashed. The crash out is real reaction video.
Mate, you are crashing out literally right now. The crash out is continuing. What are you on about? Just look at your reaction to this. I'm not the one crashing out. I am perfectly civilized in the video.
Use that scripted saying and everything. Yeah, bro, you're all fake, and I'm calling you out. Grow up and accept a simple definition, loser.
Can you see? Can you see? He has to resort, to insults to try and make himself feel big. Right? He has to resort to insults by calling people a loser or a bot or something like this to make himself feel like a bigger man.
Something is a console or called a PlayStation or called an Xbox or called a Switch. Nothing. What is this? This is all remedial stuff. Something that passed a long time ago. It always was a ROG ally. The PC handheld sitting right there, just like the Steam Deck and everything else, all in the PC world. Not a console. Nobody never did that until this Xbox delusional nonsense came in here with its garbage PR spin, trying to say that it's selling out and all this. People coping all that, everything.
It did sell out in the UK. I don't know about the US, but in the UK it sold out. I couldn't buy one just when it went live. I mean, it went live at 1 a.m. in the UK. I woke up at around 8:40 a.m. in the morning for work. I checked it around 10 a.m. and I couldn't buy it anywhere. The dates for the next delivery were November and December. So in the UK, it did sell out. The fact that, I guess he believes that America is the only country in the world that might be a thing, and you know, I know some people believe that. Mainly for the reason that America's so big and whatnot. But yeah, it's the only thing I can think of really, because ultimately it did sell out in the UK. I don't know anywhere else in the world. I don't care about anywhere else in the world. I can't buy it from anywhere else in the world. I can buy it from the UK. I'm not going to import it. Right? So I wanted to buy it from the UK and it sold out. Facts are facts. If you can't accept that, that's really not my problem.
That company is fake, and everything you're representing is the most evil, corrupt company lately. All anti-consumer, dumping on everything, and you're taking the load and coming to react to AGN because somebody couldn't grow up and do it themselves.
Who is he talking about? Turk again? Why does he think that I've got any repertoire with Turk? I mean, the conspiracy behind this is kind of crazy, right? He thinks that, at least I assume he's referring to Turk, because that's who I mentioned at the start of the video, because I saw the tweet, right? That was it. So I'm guessing that's what he's referring to. But outside of that, no one sent me. I just saw it. I checked out the video for 30 seconds, and originally I wasn't going to react to it. And then I was like, you know what? I was talking to a friend of mine. I said, this could be a fun video. And well, here we are.
And now you're looking like somebody defending the biggest loser corporation on the damn planet.
I think I've been quite critical of Microsoft quite a lot. I've been critical of almost everything they've done, to the point where I'm pretty sure I might even be blacklisted by Microsoft. But hey, that is me. I will call out everyone, and I continue to do that. Even in my stream on Thursday, I was calling out bad practices from Microsoft. This is just copium. And this is him again just trying to, I don't know, massage his ego? I don't know. It's weird.
With all this mining slave camps and all that.
Mining
try to make it
slave
seem like
camps.
Microsoft is somewhat good. The Xbox ROG allies and Xbox. Why are you doing this? Why? Why are you being such a loser? Why?
There we
Because
go.
it's pretty obvious you know this is a PC device. Everybody in the world knows this except the Xbox community that is brainwashed and zombified by this nonsense. Copium, hopium. It is a PC device. Deal with it and stop dancing around this. This is getting ridiculous, man. Every time this brand fails and does something terrible, you try to bring up something else to try to make it seem okay. It's
What did I do to make it seem okay? He doesn't even watch my content. If he did, he'd realize that because I am critical and maybe sometimes overly critical of what Xbox does, people don't they no longer come to my content because they don't like hearing what I have to say, even if it is my opinion and some of it and a lot of it factually true. They want to live in that bubble, and that is perfectly fine. And there are a lot of channels that do that. I'm just not one of them. But one thing I will do is talk about Xbox news. I will talk about the gaming news like I do every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays on my channel. And so, you know what? Let's continue.
all just copium. And they blew so much load in your face lately, and you're still asking for more.
I mean, all he's done so far is just thrown insults. And if you've noticed up until now, I haven't said anything that's insulting, other than the fact that he's acting weird, which isn't an insult. He's irate, which is true. And the fact that he is triggered, which is true. I've not thrown a single insult in this video or the one that is reacting, that he's reacting to. But how many insults has he thrown now? 5, 6? Losers, Microsoft thrown their load in my face. Like, this isn't normal, man. This isn't normal to be this triggered over something like this. And he's saying I'm having a meltdown. My guy's had a massive meltdown, and we're only at 6 minutes of this video. And his meltdown hasn't even started in the original video, but he's already having a meltdown in this video.
It's crazy. Sleeping at the wheel. This can be applied to anything. Like if you were trying to apply it to a Nintendo console, which was the things in the way that consoles have always worked. You're not changing the way consoles worked.
Everything is changing now.
A console is a console. It's because Microsoft failed and they want to try to force and
What is the definition of a console? Someone thing that has a is not upgradable, I guess. Something that is not modular, because the consoles can't be upgraded. Something that is a set specification. Something that has its own UX UI, its own OS, you know, watered down version or whatever, which is technically what the game mode is. It's, you know, disabled a bunch of features and allowing for better performance. So it's not, you know, it's not Windows as in full fat Windows. There is Windows 11 running under there, but it's still a modified version of it. So, you know, the Dreamcast had a modified version of Windows CE on there. The Xbox, Xbox One X, I think, was running on Windows 10. I can't remember if the Xbox Series X is actually running on Windows 10. It's actually running on a modified version of Windows 10. So, what is a console? Aren't those lines blurring? These chips no longer have the Tiger engine like they used to, you know, the Tiger CPU like I think the Mega Drive had back in the day and the SNES did, where they were custom made. They've just got they've got an SSD, they've got a CPU and an APU for a graphics card. I mean, technically, ain't they all PCs? So, what is he talking about? We don't have what we used to have in the past. But in regards to this handheld, Microsoft is calling it an Xbox, not an Xbox Series handheld, but just an Xbox. And at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no reason for the meltdown.
Force and project their loser mentality onto other platforms does not mean things are that. That's just them in their own delusion and their loser world where they got chased out. So now they're trying to make themselves relevant to make it seem like Xbox brand is still relevant, try to massively cope and get all that PC stuff together. No, you're garbage. Windows Store's been trash forever. You never cared about PC gaming. Steam took care of that. And GOG. And now you're trying to come in and think you're going to overpower that?
Why me? I'm just a consumer. Microsoft is the one that's trying to come in. Can you see the problem here? I see like he's got a lot of animosity and a lot of anger issues towards Microsoft. Why, I don't know, and I honestly don't care. But the way he's trying to throw this at me makes no sense, because clearly his problem is with Microsoft. But anyway, let's continue.
And then make something that that it is not, and then have your dumb base come in here and try to brainwash people with this garbage.
What is he even talking about at this point?
Attack somebody that's telling you a simple truth because you can't handle it?
I didn't attack you. At this video, so far, I haven't attacked him once. I mean, he's attacked me multiple times. I think he needs to learn the definition of what attacking actually means.
Like a toddler? Grow up.
Again, see? Nothing is the way it used to be.
Losers.
Evolved way past that.
Loser,
the way
blah, blah,
consoles
blah.
used to work was you buy a game, and
Outta
that's
here, man.
it. There is no... I mean, now he's sticking his finger at me. And I'm the one that's triggered, right? I'm the one that's having a meltdown. I'm the one that's a child here. I'm the one that's being a toddler, right? I'm the one that's being immature. Yeah. Totally. I'm the one that's being that, right? Day one patch or DLC or...
What does that have to do with whether this is an Xbox or is this a PC device? And whether the PlayStation 5 games play things natively?
Because Microsoft said it's an Xbox. End of story. That's really all there is to it. Regardless of what the actual device is, it is referred to as an Xbox. And again, not an Xbox Series handheld that can play. That was Project Kennen. The native Xbox Series X or Series console that can play it was called Kennen. You know, it was Project Kennen. That's a completely different device. I think that's where he's having a problem with this. He's mistaking Project Kennen with what this is. And I don't know. Let's continue.
Either it does or it's not. Keep dancing around things.
Anything like that. There is no, we buy the game now and we fix it 6 months later. There is no download your game or anything. Just look at that. Is that normal? Is that actually normal? Is that normal? Just look at it. Just look at it. Is that a normal reaction that a normal person does? Everything, as time has gone by, has changed when it comes to the games industry. So Microsoft evolving.
Microsoft killed their Xbox. They're not evolving, they're dead. Xbox is done. They killed it off and stomped it into the ground and went to AI. Wake up. You're sleeping.
Past the console.
And evolved to anything.
I mean,
anything you
let's face
devolved
it,
and became
consoles
terrible.
haven't been consoles. How has it become terrible? Being able to play my games in more places? Sure. For the old, mentality, and I was one of those people with the old mentality. But now being able to play my games on multiple devices with my saves transferring through is a good thing. At least for me. Right? Maybe not for some people. They still want that old, console warring battle to go on. And this is all this actually is, by the way. It's just console warring. But to me, yes, I do. I've said multiple times that Microsoft has diluted the brand. They have, hurt the brand in doing this because they've changed what Xbox is. But it's evolved. It's not, done anything else. Just like Dyson is a Hoover vacuum. They evolved and became more. Now they're hair dryers. It's just evolved. And sure, were they forced into this? Most likely. But they evolved. And with the purchase of ABK, they went down it accelerated their path. But at the end of the day, it's still an evolution. You want to call it a devolution? Call it a devolution. Whatever. For a while now, especially with the latest generation, they're essentially just non-modular PCs, right?
Dude, everything even back then had a CPU and Intel and all that, but that does not change the fact of what
No, a Mega Drive didn't have that. A Super Nintendo didn't have that. An NES didn't have that. The Nintendo 64 didn't have that. So this is where even the PlayStation 1 did not have that. The PlayStation 2 had a cell processor. It did not have that. This is where you are wrong. Sorry, it had the Emotion Engine, right? The PS3 had the cell processor. It wasn't until maybe PS4 where they started going down the actual proper CPU thing. They may have had a processor, but it wasn't nothing that was standard. It was all custom. And that custom is what made them, unique from each other. Everyone was building their own devices that were unique. They're not all using an AMD CPU, an AMD APU like they're doing right now, which is basically available no matter where you want to go.
I'm talking about. You're talking about all this other stuff, bro, but they're still called a PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 with AMD parts in it. Everybody knows this. They just helped with that. But once again, is it a first party in-house design device, or did it come from a PC manufacturing only
It came from a PC manufacturing company. AMD supplied the chips.
company organically? And then they came in and said, hey, can I do this collaboration and put some of my stuff on your device that you created that is a PC device, not an Xbox?
Again, it's called an Xbox. You can define it however you want, whether it's a PC or whatever. No one is actually the thing is here, right? If you listen to what I'm saying, I've never once said it's not a PC, right? I've only said it is an Xbox. And you'll hear this throughout the thing. I don't think I've once said that this is not a PC. I've just said it is an Xbox. Not an Xbox Series handheld, just an Xbox.
So don't go to a platform that is a console and never try to become a PC device that it is not and try to compare them. And then try to find something to cope very hard on to try to make Xbox look like it's looking positive.
This has nothing to do with that, but I'm just saying gaming has evolved from what it used to be. Everything used to be custom back in the day, and this is factually true. This isn't coping. Today's consoles are pretty much just PCs. They're all generally running the same thing, right? I don't understand what is so difficult to understand here. This isn't about even coping or anything. This is just him not just wanting to understand simple basics.
No, it's gone and it's over. And you're coping. Come to the present and wake up.
The fact that you can even replace, is that literally the only word you can say? Coping. Is that literally it? You might want to expand on that vocabulary without resulting to slurs, to to insults. But maybe actually find something that's a little, expanded in the vocabulary section. Case the hard drives is
Smoked.
telling. I'm pretty sure if they allowed you to change the APU, it probably would work as well if you put a faster one in there. I'm not saying it'd be easy, but if you could, they probably could do that and it would work.
They will always work that way. A PlayStation 6 will be a PS6, whether it has PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3. Didn't have any problem with this guy until he did this, trying to make it seem like I'm crashing out and all that.
Okay.
Because that's the next iteration.
And for the record, I still don't have a problem with him, by the way. I have zero problem with AGN. Like, none. I have no problem with him. He may have a problem with me, and that is fine just because I reacted to his video. But, I'm probably saying the crash out is real because, as you're going to see later on, it was. But I literally have zero problem with this guy. I almost have never interacted with him. I've seen a number of his videos. I've liked a number of his videos. I see honestly no problem with this at all.
Of the console, which is not defined or has nothing to do with backwards compatibility.
Except Richard said that it did, and that's why.
Richard said it can't play Xbox Series X games natively. Even the Series X wasn't considered next gen for any game. It's all cross gen. So either it is an Xbox or it is not. You tell me, is this an Xbox official handheld or it is a PC official handheld?
It's an Xbox handheld. It is not an Xbox Series handheld, but it is an Xbox handheld. So I'm telling you now, officially, this is an Xbox handheld, not an Xbox Series handheld. Why that comment exists. And all I've done so far is basically explain why that made in 2 minutes comment exists, by the way. I'm not even saying it's my opinion. I'm not even saying anything. I'm just stating why that comment by made in 2 minutes exists. That's it. I mean, I'm just stating a fact here. That's why that comment exists. Digital Foundry said it.
By definition, you're trying to make it seem only that way, but you know what they meant. They're talking about natively. They said natively. You never said that though. Of course, because you're trying to spin it a certain way.
I'm not trying to spin anything.
Act like you're calm, and I'm all over here crashing out. The crashing out is real. Blah blah blah. This AGN is looking like this. Yeah, all a bunch of fake people. That's what I'm.
I mean, I am calm. I am calm. I'm not the one that's crashing out.
Part of it. I will never back that crap up again. Fake. So what the hell is this? I don't understand the point of this. Fire's truth. And why?
I mean, what's the point of that statement? There probably isn't any, to be fair. And Digital Foundry shouldn't have made that comment. But here we are.
We're still acting like 12-year-olds to not understand a basic elementary definition of a PC device, which is an extension of PC. And Microsoft did not originally design that organic component called the ROG Ally and the ROG Ally X that has been out in the market for the longest. And that was a PC extension of your laptop and your desktop. Just like the Steam Deck. Just because you came in and added some of your... Just like the Lenovo. They're not Xboxes.
No, those ones are not Xboxes. Right? But this one is. Because it's called an Xbox. And I don't understand why they're so hard to understand. Again, it's not an Xbox Series X handheld. It's not an Xbox Series handheld. All it's being referred to as is an Xbox.
You can put Game Pass. I notice I can put Game Pass on my laptop right now, and I can put Game Pass on my desktop right now. It is not an Xbox. It is a laptop. It's not called a Steam device either because Steam dominates it. Want to quote more? Is my laptop an Xbox now? I want to put an
Nah, I'm not gonna do it.
X on this Asus, and you're gonna call this an Xbox too? When it's really a PC and a laptop? See, you're slow, all of you. You're just making yourself look so slow. I think you guys need, no, you need to be put in a special ed now, bracket. You Xbox ally copers, you need to be put in a special ed branch in the gaming industry. Something is wrong with your brain. You can't accept a simple reality. It's insane that this is still going on. It's insane that you made this video.
It's not. Honestly, this is more than I anticipated, but here we go. Anyway, let's continue.
It's insane, man.
I know. It's insane the fact that you can't accept it's an Xbox. Not an Xbox Series handheld, but just an Xbox. It's absolutely insane.
It really is. It's crazy. You guys, to me, I've never seen so much loser mentalities in my entire life.
Once again, there you go. Like, again, we're at what? Minute 11 or 12 almost on this video that I'm reacting to. I haven't insulted him once. I haven't insulted him once in this video either.
Oh my God. Which does not mean you turn it into a console.
Well, the next generation Xbox is basically going to be what the ROG Ally is, just more powerful. It's evolved. Xbox has decided.
He said Xbox is evolved. Oh my God, bro. Xbox died. What are you talking about? What do you mean? They got chased out the industry and lost and killed their market and jacked up everything on you and failed. They tried to get Call of Duty. They tried to spend 100 something billion. Everything they did, even Call of Duty can't help you.
You know what? That's going to be my thumbnail. That's going to be my thumbnail because he's insulted me enough to this point where I think that will be my thumbnail at 12 minutes and 26 seconds. Yeah, I think so. Because at the end of the day, the FTC ruling held that Microsoft couldn't utilize Call of Duty in any way, shape, or form. Right? They couldn't have any extra skins, any extra maps, any extra game modes. In fact, the game had to be on parity. A separate group was set up by Microsoft and the FTC to basically make sure that when both of these games are being made and are being released, that they are on parity and the same. In fact, the Xbox version couldn't even run better than the PlayStation version because that would be seen as Microsoft using Call of Duty to gain an advantage. So even though Microsoft, yes, owns Call of Duty, they can't use it in any beneficial way to benefit them. That right was removed by the Federal Trade Commission. This is a known fact. Again, something that he doesn't know because he doesn't do research.
Couldn't even get 1 million sales on Helldivers either. And you still coping.
Man, this guy really hates Xbox. He really hates Xbox. Hey, at least hating Xbox is going to get him more views, right?
It's evolving? It's getting better?
It is. For me, it's definitely getting better. I'm able to game more. Why is that not better? I don't know anymore, folks. I don't know. I mean, sure, some people are crying still in my in my streams and whatnot, where they want exclusive games and stuff. Okay, I get it. And the old Xbox is gone. Hence why they are changing. They are evolving. They've evolved into something else. They've changed. I mean, when something changes, it's either devolving or evolving. But now they are bigger than what they used to be. And the whole the whole definition of evolving is to become something greater, not smaller, because that's devolving. So now they're available in more places, whether it's on the cloud, on your tablet, on your phone, on your PC, on your console. They are just available in more places. So they've evolved. It's a simple concept. I mean, it's a simple definition.
Man, are you a zombie, bro?
No, but you are starting to remind me of one. You are. And look, I'm trying to keep it clean because I don't want to be rude to him because clearly he's not in the right state of mind. But the amount of insults that he's throwing is truly, is truly remarkable just because he is so triggered. And that clearly tells you which one of us has a level mind, a level mindset, and is probably on the right path. Because if you have to get angry, if you have to get triggered, if you have to get irate, if you have to become unstable and then start throwing insults and slurs and everything like this out just to prove your point, you've already lost that battle. You've already lost the argument. You don't even have a standing within the argument because you can't even articulate it with just a civil manner.
Are you really sleeping that hard?
I wish I could.
Wake up!
Why does he
Just
keep
because you
bashing the
can't handle
table
the
for?
device, it's just a PC device. That's what I mean. You guys are losers, man. This is the biggest loser stuff I've ever seen in my life in gaming history.
I mean, do I need to say more? Do I need to say more? All he's doing is embarrassing himself. He's just making him. I mean, he's titled this Xbox Fanboy Meltdown. And please tell me who is the one in my original video, which is there, right? And then you've got him down here and over there. Who is actually having a meltdown here? Me or him? Because I'm not seeing that meltdown from me. I'm actually finding this quite amusing. And that's the thing. I don't even have a problem with this guy, but I do think he crashed out, and that's the truth. And I guess he got upset about that. That people called him out that he crashed out, and there's no reason to crash out because, regardless of what you want to call it, it's not going to affect your life in any way, shape, or form. It's not going to change anything. And again, I've not called it an Xbox handheld. I've called it an Xbox. That's it.
All in the Xbox world. You guys are losers, man.
Now he's basically saying everyone in the Xbox community is a loser. Everyone. Everyone in all the world that is an Xbox fan and in an Xbox community is a loser. I mean, this is just sad. This is really sad. This is really, really sad. I actually pity him at this point. This is really sad. This is starting to get depressing at this point.
Not the Xbox gamers. I like you, but these people, oh man, this is loser stuff. You're an embarrassment to the brand. It'd be better off being done now then, because I don't want to see this anymore. This is embarrassing. This is not the Xbox I knew back then. This is pathetic.
The Xbox back then, from what we had before, that's gone. That changed a long time ago, bro. That pretty much between 2016, 2017 took a different path. That's just the way it is, and everyone knows this. And whether you like what it's changed into or not, it's a different matter, but it is still Xbox. The Xbox Series X is still an Xbox. And that came after the change began to happen. And then obviously you have where we are right now, where they're pushing even further. And this ROG Xbox Li is an Xbox. Not an Xbox Series handheld, but it is an Xbox.
Yeah, because it's Microsoft now.
That is what they want their next generation console to be. And by definition, whatever that console is just going to be a more powerful version of the ROG. Whatever you see now in that Xbox handheld that you have right now in the ROG Xbox Li, that is going to be your next console for Xbox. There's going to be no real difference to it. Keep in mind, Microsoft has already confirmed future first-party consoles as well. And those are going to synergize with the Xbox ROG Ally perfectly. It's going to work the same. It's going to function the same. It's going to play the same because it's using the same game mode UI now. And it is going to play your backwards games like your Xbox Series X and S games because AMD and Microsoft is working on that chip that's going to be in there to enable it to do so. That would mean your backwards compatibility with, I guess, 360 and an OG Xbox and Xbox One will work as well. Yeah.
You ready? Okay, so when that next device comes out, when the Raw Galaxy, I want you guys to tell me if it functions the same as the Xbox Series, if it functions the same as the Xbox Series X, if it functions the same as the Xbox One X. Tell me if it does that, by the way. And they're not moving you to cloud and trying something else.
Do you see now how delusional he is? At no point have I said, is it an Xbox Series handheld at all? He's just making this stuff in his mind. I don't know whether he's hearing things or, hearing whispers. At this point, I don't know if, it's even normal. But at the end of the day, I've said it's an Xbox. That's it. Nothing else. I've just said it's an Xbox. This guy keeps going back to it being a series handheld. And at no point have I said that. And I was very careful to make sure that I do not say that for a reason. But the reality is he keeps referring back to something and then insulting people about it. I don't know.
Because that backwards compatibility feature is not coming.
I mean, AMD and Microsoft have already announced in their next console there will be backwards compatibility with the Series S and X, the Series hardware, and going back to their previous games. It's basically going to be a Series X built into that new hardware. It's going to be on a hardware level. So we'll see whether it happens or not. Plans can change. I'm just going by what AMD and Microsoft and Xbox have announced in that video with Sarah Bond and that person from, I forgot their name now, from AMD. It was the CEO, right? But I just forget the name.
You all types of slow, aren't you, bro? You ain't brainwashing me. Do I look like I have an IQ of 70?
No, you've got a really low IQ at this point. Your IQ is crashed down to unfathomable levels. To say that you've got an IQ of 70 would actually be complimenting you at this point, and I don't want to do that.
Try the 140
That's probably the first not nice thing I've said in this video.
bracket, maybe.
The fact that it will have backwards compatibility is irrelevant because, as you said, backwards compatibility with previous gen doesn't matter. So
if it doesn't matter, then why did you make this video? You just contradicted yourself because this was the comment was about. So it can't play PS1, PS2, and PS3 games, and I clearly stated that has nothing to do with whether
because I'm referring to the next Xbox here. I'm not referring to the current device. And the current device is an Xbox. It's not an Xbox handheld, which then again would actually match what I'm saying, right? And I said the reason why that statement is appearing, and I'm going to say this really slowly so you can understand. They saw this from Digital Foundry, and that is why people got riled up. And that is where it came from. Maybe that statement was misunderstood. Maybe it was misconstrued. There is always possibilities for that. Maybe it was misinterpreted if it wasn't absolutely clear. But that is where that statement came from. And that is what I said, because your video was based on this. And like I said, I reacted to this just for the lulz, for the fun of it. It seemed like a fun video to react to. And yeah, I'm sorry you got so offended by it. Honestly, it wasn't meant for that. But yeah, sure, the crash out is real is probably not the greatest title to use, but you know how YouTube is. You're doing exactly the same thing with every single one of your titles. So don't sit there on your high horse and start talking about why you did this and that when you're doing exactly the same thing and calling other people out. Stop being a hypocrite. Because that is what you are. You're a hypocrite. You are basically accusing other people of doing the same thing that you're doing. And then, It's okay for you to do it, but when someone else does a title in that manner, wait a minute. We're all playing towards the YouTube algorithm, right? Let's make no mistake. That's how it works. That's what YouTube wants. If you don't have a cool title, no one's going to click on it. So you need a title to get people to click on it. And you did exactly the same thing. Xbox fanboy melts down when there isn't a single meltdown. In fact, at least my title was correct, because you not only got triggered, your meltdown was, there for the bards to sing for a long time. It will go down in the annals of time. There is enough memes there to take over. There wasn't a single meltdown in my video. I've been perfectly calm. So let's not be hypocritical here, because all you're doing is making yourself look silly. And, people aren't looking at this and saying, oh my God, what is Chaos saying? They're looking at this and saying, where is the meltdown, my guy? Where is all this? Where am I, where is me crashing out? Your crash outs are blatantly obvious. You even crashed out in this video. But where's my meltdown? I'm still waiting to see it. You technically lied to your audience. How sad do you have to be to lie to your audience to get them to click on a video? At least mine was factually true. But you had to lie. Now, who has the upper ground here? Who has the upper hand here? You, who has openly deceived and lied to your audience? Or me, who told the basic truth that you are being offended by?
It is natively playing Xbox games, or you have to get something on a cloud that's on the PC somewhere.
What's the difference?
It's not a console and it's not an Xbox. It is a PC device. Oh, an Xbox is? Let's scroll up here. Xbox refers to both the original direct Xbox video game console, not PC unit. That's not a console and it's not a video game device.
I mean, let's break it down. What was the original Xbox? It had the NVIDIA graphics card in there. It had an Intel CPU. And it had a hard drive. It was a PC, right? I mean, people installed Windows on there. They got it up and running.
Insane, man.
The original, I mean, the fact that it's called DirectX box, it was running on DirectX, which is a Windows PC.
Linux comes from PC too. Does that mean that the PlayStation is a Linux?
I mean, I guess if you want to argue it to some degree. I mean, yeah. PlayStation runs on Linux. So, I mean, if you really wanted to go that granular, if they put a PlayStation logo on it, they could call it a PlayStation. They can't call it a PlayStation 5 or a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 3 or a PlayStation 2 or a PlayStation 1. Or, I mean, I guess they could technically call it a PlayStation 6 because we don't know what that is yet. But if they just wanted to refer to it as a PlayStation and then release their version of a box or a handheld that is running Linux that will run games, technically they can do that. And I don't think anyone will have a problem with it. Be a bit weird to some degree, copying Xbox, but outside of that, it'd be fair game. It's not a PlayStation 5 handheld, by the way. They've just put the logo of PlayStation on there. It's going to have a customized UI, UX, and OS on that machine. And it's going to be, and they're calling it a PlayStation. But not a PlayStation 5. Or a PlayStation Vita. Or a PSP. Right? Because the PlayStation Portable is a PlayStation. The PlayStation Vita is a PlayStation. But it's its own device. And this will be its own device. If they really wanted to build something, they could do that, yes.
Or is it a PlayStation using an operating system? It's like the Xbox had a closed kernel system, but it's not a PC. You can keep trying. Once again, ignoring the definition in front of them and trying to dance around it, you are a loser.
Can you see? Like, he can't control himself. He is so upset about this and so annoyed at the fact that I made this video. And honestly, I thought he would just take it on the chin. And if it really upset him, maybe reach out to me and say, hey, what the hell? What's going on? You know, like a normal human being. But I guess that was too much to expect. But I did expect a response. I didn't expect one like this, though. I'll be honest with you. Because I've seen a lot of his videos and he's generally fine. But I didn't expect like literally every other word to be an insult. And it just says more about him as a human being than it does anything else. The fact that he has to get this triggered and this angry and this heated and this annoyed that I am calling it an Xbox, not an Xbox Series handheld, but just an Xbox. And that is enough to trigger him. I mean, you guys can be the judge of it, really.
You should have never made this video.
I'm actually happy I made this video because it's really exposed who you are. It's exposed the real AGN, the real, horrible person that you actually are. That all you can do in order to try and defend what you're saying, in order to try and, get a one over, is just to throw insults after insults after insults. And that's it. Even if they are minor insults, it doesn't matter. The fact that you're trying to justify yourself by insulting other people just says so much more about you as a person than it does other people, right? So I'm actually happy I've made this video. I made it just for the kicks and giggles. But the reality is, the fact that it's exposed who you really are and what type of person you actually are, I mean, it's here for everyone to see. That's probably the true benefit and true realization of this video and why this video probably needed to exist.
Because I ain't losing to nobody.
You already lost to me the moment you threw insults, my guy. You lost the moment you threw insults. The moment you started throwing those words, it was game over. I had already won. There wasn't even anything to win. There isn't anything to lose here. I'm just saying it's an Xbox. You're the one that's trying to define it as an Xbox Series handheld. I'm not even defining it as that. I am just defining it as an Xbox. And that simple concept is so difficult for you to understand. It blows my mind. I could go and speak to my 12-year-old son and he would understand the definition between the two. When I say, this is an Xbox, not an Xbox handheld. Sorry, not an Xbox Series handheld. And if I told him that, he would understand that it's not an Xbox Series X S and X handheld. Because I'm specifically saying it's an Xbox handheld, right? It's an Xbox, not a Series handheld. So it's not going to play your native games on your Series because it's not a Series native handheld. But this concept is so hard for you to understand. And instead of like trying to sit down and understand it, all you've done is just throw insults. And the moment you've done that, I'm victorious. I win. And the problem is you can't take that because you can't lose and you don't lose, but you did lose. And that's going to eat at you for a while because I won. And the fact that you responded by getting even more triggered and even more annoyed and even more angry just solidified my position in all of this and how you actually lost. Well, there's about 8 minutes left in this video. Let's see how many more times I'm going to get insulted.
And your brand has 1 million holes in it. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's not my brand. Microsoft doesn't belong to me. I'm an Xbox fan, sure, but that brand belongs to Microsoft.
Mm-hmm. And rip you apart if I want to. I know all the weaknesses inside and out.
So now he's threatening me. That's some mental instability. Look at it. Look at him. Look at him. I don't know. This is too much.
Want to try?
Try what? Are you literally threatening me? You. Do I need to say more? But this is going to be an That's normal, yeah? Interesting video.
Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? A laptop is not a video game device, but it can play video games. A PC is a personal computer, not a video game console or a video game brand.
Why is he getting so wound up about this?
Couldn't handle it, did you? Now he's crashing out because I can't handle the truth. Come on!
Wait, so I'm asking why he's getting annoyed about this. Is me crashing out? Really? My guy he's literally watching himself crash out. And he's saying me asking a question, why is he crashing out? Is me crashing out? Do you even know the definition of what that actually means? You're literally watching yourself crash out. And me asking a question of why you're annoyed by all of this is me crashing out? Oh my God, man. I don't even know what to say.
Video game consoles from Microsoft can't handle the fire. Don't call me out, coward. And the larger
Oh, now I'm a coward. Let's see how long it's going to continue. I mean,
Xbox brand that that encompasses its consoles, software, and online services. So that's what an Xbox is. Yeah, I hate when people try to define you and think you're crashing because your nature is fiery. I mean, you could want to try to make it seem like that's negative.
You've crashed out long before this point, mate. You're long gone. You've gone into the trigger territory. You've gone crash out, triggered. You've gone the whole 9 yards. There's no coming back from that. Even like video 1 was bad, but video 2, you decided to double down.
But I'm over here telling the truth and you coping.
You ain't telling no truth, right? I ain't coping with nothing. All I've said is it's an Xbox. And that simple term is enough to drive you over the edge.
Like an Xbox? You see, you're a loser, dude. You're doing all this to defend that. It's pathetic. And the whole world's going to see it. And
see what? That I'm calling it an Xbox? When it is an Xbox? You're the one that's trying to define it into something that it's not. Not anyone else. Everyone else knows what it is. You're the one that's trying to pigeonhole it into being a series handheld. That was called Project Cannon. That got sidewayed and shelved until further notice. Probably indefinitely at this point. Who knows? But that's not what this is. This is just an Xbox.
And no amount of views and likes are going to help you because the truth is on this video and it's coming in your face. Just like all those people know they have all those subs and all those likes. But guess what? AGN will rip you apart. Want to know why? Because the sun is stronger than you and it's way more brighter.
So now he thinks he's the sun. Okay. I mean, okay, I guess. Now he thinks he's the sun. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the moon. I'm not that delusional.
The truth.
The truth slapped him across the face multiple times and he still didn't realize it. So I don't even know why he keeps saying the truth.
And when the truth comes in front of you and smokes you, your views can't help you. Your likes ain't going to help you. You're going to feel it.
What am I going to feel? It's almost like he's trying to threaten me. Like he's going to come down my place and, you know, assault me or something. Like, what is he even talking about? Can you see what I'm saying here? He's saying I'm the one crashing out and having a meltdown and all this. My guy is getting to the point where he's threatening me. threatening me, and he thinks that I'm crashing out. What is wrong with you? Mate, go take a Prozac or something. You need to de-stress. It's not good for your health, man.
It's like you're going to feel this video when you're watching because you're going to realize you should have never made this video.
I'm so happy I made this video. Like, really, I genuinely am happy I made that video. And the fact is, watching you just react in this way in such an unhealthy manner, I actually had two minds about releasing this video because watching you like this, you know, I didn't want to trigger you anymore, but I am going to release this video because if I don't, then it's going to look like I caved in. And obviously that's not the case because I'm right and Chaos is always right.
And you thought you got away. You thought I was going to ignore you.
No, I actually knew you were going to react back. I was actually looking forward to seeing what you would say. I just didn't realize you did. It was someone in my community that did it, and they wanted me to react to it. They wanted me to do it. So my community is the one that actually brought it to my attention and thing. See, you're so insignificant to me. Your existence means nothing to me. Okay? You are so small in this world of mine that a speck of dust probably has a greater importance where I'm at right now than you do. You are literally nothing. You remember that scene from Street Fighter? The day Chaos entered your YouTube channel was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was a Tuesday. You mean nothing to me. I had no problem with you. But honestly, seeing the way you are as a human being and how disrespectful you are, how horrible you are, how nasty you are, how disgusting you are, I don't want to know you as a human being. You're the type of person that no one wants to know, right? Because you can't have a civilized conversation. All you know how to do is insult people and call them names. And you think that you making a react video on my react was going to have an impact on me? I didn't even know it existed, dude. It literally came in front of me. They brought it to my attention today on my stream. On Thursday, the 9th. Right? That's when it came to my attention. Thursday, the 9th of October. I didn't even know it existed. You know why? Because I don't care. You don't mean jack to me. I don't care if you crash out. I don't care if you do whatever you want. You have literally the zeroest of importance. But now you're coming along and you're openly threatening me. This ain't normal, my guy. This ain't normal. Because I'm calling it an Xbox, you're going to go threaten someone? How mentally unstable are you? There's something wrong up here, man. Like, literally, there is something seriously wrong up here. This ain't normal. If you think this is normal, good Lord, you really do need to go get some medical help. The fact that you're going to openly threaten someone because they are calling it, by definition of what Microsoft is calling it, an Xbox. Not an Xbox Series handheld, but just an Xbox. No annotation, no nothing. Just a box standard Xbox. That's what they are calling it, and that is what it is. And that's going to take you from insults to whatever, down to threats? Come on, my guy.
Oh, no. I'm going to put you in your place and I'm going to smoke your punk ass because you're wrong like I've been doing. What? Come on.
And
Who else is next?
Mental derangement is really a thing. This is sad. This is really sad. Ice that
I'll
Microsoft
burn them
is
all
working
down.
in partnership with. Burn them all down? And you know, he's not just talking about words here. He's at the position right now where he wants to actually cause physical harm. This is bad, man. Asus
Fake.
will have the Xbox. Look how angry he is. It will be a console.
YouTube wants genuine content creators now. They're looking for it.
Well, you might as well get off because you're clearly not one of them. Not with this attitude.
There's a plenty of fake frauds all over the place and grifters.
Yeah, there is. And I'm not one of them.
And glazers and low swallowers from Microsoft like you.
Because it's non-modular. Do you see how upset he is? How angry he is? How annoyed he is? Jesus Christ. Look at him, man. Look at him. It's like he's going to have a brain aneurysm at some point. Dude, you need to calm down. This is sad. This really is sad. I actually thought that he was going to come back with an articulated response, you know, something with proper arguments and whatnot. And all he's done so far, and this reactor's gone on for over an hour, but all he's done in the 18 minutes that he's done is just done nothing but insult me. And I'm not going to step down to his level. Yeah, you know, him threatening me, that was crossing the line. And that's just wrong, right? That's just wrong. No one should be doing that. It's got its own kind of OS on there with the lighter windows, hence the software, and it has online. That's normal behavior? That is normal human behavior? That isn't someone with, you know, some mental instability? Like, I'm just being real here. That is normal behavior? You're going to see that out in the public and stuff and think that that is normal? And if he's just doing it for show, that's even worse. He was talking about YouTube didn't want fakes. So either there is something mentally wrong with him, or he's a fake and should be off YouTube by his own definition. And if there is something mentally wrong with him, he should still be off YouTube because it's clearly not affecting his mental health that well. I don't get it, man. And where's my crash out? I'm still waiting for my meltdown, by the way. Services, because you've got Xbox. You've got your.
I gotta think of something. I gotta think of something. Come on, what can I cope and lie about now? Everything else is already gone, and I don't got nothing left. And I called out AGN and tried to make it look like he's crashing out.
Oh man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Because we all got to just look at that. Please cope on the crash out, and please cope on everything else. Let's just not ever admit that it is simply a PC device at any means.
It's an Xbox. And that winds you up, me saying it, doesn't it? But it's an Xbox.
Necessary. Let's drag it all the way out. Let's send him, and let's have those other people like come and attack me too, just because you're all frauds.
What other people are attacking you? Why does he keep relating that to me? I don't even know who he thinks sent me here outside of maybe that one mention I mentioned of the Turk at the beginning where I saw the tweet. Like I said, I don't talk to Turk at all.
You can't handle the truth.
Neither can I can handle the truth. It's an Xbox. You're the one that thinks it's an Xbox Series handheld. You're the one that's calling it something it's not. You're the one that can't handle the truth, even with it standing right in your face.
Like you overfarmed other people, damaged human beings that are just being honest and
telling. Who have I farmed? Who have I farmed exactly?
The truth, because you're scumbags defending a greedy garbage corporation that does not give a damn about you.
For the record, that has been my motto ever since I've started. None of these corporations care about you. All they care about is your wallet. And in particular, the card in your wallet that has the money in it. You as an individual don't mean crap. Right? I've always said this. Always. I've said this multiple times in my stream even. So, what is he going to lie about next?
that dumps on you, and you're still here trying to attack the people telling the truth. You, to me, are the problem in the gaming industry. You losers and your loser mentality.
Man, look at him, man. Can you imagine actually coming face to face with that in real life? Your Xbox gamer tag and stuff on
Get
there.
out.
You got your Xbox services on there
Tired
to be
of
able to
y'all.
use it. So
Fake.
so far it's checking all the boxes.
You're checking all the slow boxes because you can't handle a
All insults. And I'm not just gonna degrade myself to his level. I don't need to. The rest of this React video is pretty much going to speak for itself. But man, I did not expect this React video to be over an hour.
simple definition that is a PC device. Here you go again. This damn long. Crazy. I'm gonna keep on stating it. Xbox refers to both DirectX box. So we see this, right? Let's just do this twice here. What does Xbox mean? Xbox refers to Microsoft's video game brand.
Exactly. It's a brand. It's no longer one specific platform. And here's the thing, right? By the Xbox ROG Ally, that is a brand. The brand of it is Xbox. So it's an Xbox.
Which includes a segment of home consoles and related services like Xbox Network and Xbox Game Pass. Home consoles. Is the ROG Ally a home console? Or is it a PC device?
I mean, you can plug it into your TV and use it as a console. So technically, you don't ever need to use Windows on there, right? You just plug it into your TV. It's got game mode on there. And you can put your controller hooked up to it. Off you go. I mean, if we really want to get down to it granularly, right? Because technically, what is a console? He still hasn't defined that.
How many times did I just put you in your place?
Absolutely zero. Literally zero. Now, how many times have you crashed out? I've lost count. How many times have you embarrassed yourself? I've lost count. How many times have you made yourself look stupid? I've lost count. How many times have you had a meltdown? I've lost count. How many times have you threatened me? Twice so far. So I think I'm doing pretty good in the scoring game right now, where I'm looking like the civilized one and you are looking like the brute. Just constant aggression throughout this whole video.
Stop doing this. You're embarrassing yourself, all of you.
Microsoft has evolved past the platform.
Microsoft has destroyed the Xbox. They're done. Pathetic.
But they're releasing another console.
Not better, they're worse than they've ever have been. And they should.
I think they're actually a lot better now than they were before. I get double entitlement with my games, so I can play them on my Xbox Series X, or my PC, or my handheld, or through the cloud. I actually think they're better now than they were before.
Never, ever touch gaming again after this.
Mate, never touch YouTube after this. Just go to your therapist and get some help.
Leave permanently with your garbage AI.
They have now. AI is everywhere, man. AI is everywhere. AI is the future. There is no garbage AI. AI is going to be here forever, and it's not a boom bust thing. AI is going to replace everything in the end. But we're a bit ways from that. It's still growing. But it's matured quite quickly, at least. So there is that. Now, used the Xbox name as a brand that encompasses multiple different things. And here's
you're just.
So if they decided to release a phone and call it an Xbox, it's a Microsoft branded phone. If Microsoft didn't get rid of Nokia and then decided to change the Nokia brand and call it an Xbox, and so they released their first phone and it's an Xbox, you're going to call it an Xbox, right? It's an Xbox phone. It's an Xbox. Again, I'm not saying that it's an Xbox Series handheld. And this is the part that he just doesn't understand. Right? I've just said it's an Xbox. And in regards to a console, what is a console? What's the definition of a console? He's looking at all of this stuff here because he can't comprehend to think for himself. Just use any form of critical thinking to ask himself the simple question, what is a console? That's, that's the question you need to ask yourself. But again, when we're referring to the Xbox ROG Ally, no one is saying it's a Xbox Series handheld. Everyone is just saying it is an Xbox. Microsoft is saying it is an Xbox. Microsoft is not saying it is an Xbox Series handheld. A bunch of other creators are not saying that it is an Xbox Series handheld. They are just saying, as a brand, it is an Xbox.
Just brainwashed by their PR nonsense. And they're just brainwashing you and you're accepting it and taking the load, like I said, and ignoring the anti-consumer behavior.
There you go. Again, like how many insults is this? And he's saying that I'm having a meltdown. Have you like honestly, we're at 1 hour and 20 minutes. Have I crashed out at any point? Have I had a meltdown? Whether it's this video that I'm doing right now or the one that you're watching me speaking. Have I crashed out or had a meltdown once? Once. I'm just asking once. And the answer is 0. So who's winning here? But I will say this, right? I will say this. I still, despite everything he said, because clearly he is very upset about this, whatever. Water under the bridge. But he won't stop, I know. We still have 2 minutes of this video, and I'm pretty sure we're going to hear at least 3 or 4 more of these insults. But, right, the reality is, he is really, really upset about this, and I think he just needs to go, and I guess the Prozac might be considered an insult, but I said that in the sense for him to just go and chill, because this much anger isn't good for him. And I guess that's for women as well, right? So probably not the right medication to refer. But he needs to just chill out. I've got no problem with him. I just think he's very upset right now, and he's just having a tantrum.
Like a bot would do. That's programmed, see? And brainwashed.
The ROG Xbox Ally doesn't need to play Series X games because it's not a Series handheld.
Hello?
There you go. I've actually spelled it out to him. It is not a Series handheld, but it is an Xbox. I even spelled it out in the video. And he just doesn't want to listen. It is a Xbox device. And that's... Man, I almost knocked my drink over. But there you go. Really?
It is a PC Asus device with an Xbox logo that has Xbox feet.
Hey, where it's at?
Not a PC device. I'm asking you a question. What is the ROG Ally? Is it a PC device with the mouse scrolling feature and the app launchers, or is it a console? Don't answer.
I mean, technically it's a console, right? Because that is...
Oh my God.
I mean, it is. It's a console because you can't upgrade it. It is a single form factor. It has its own OS with the game mode that you boot into that you never have to leave and gives you a console-like experience. What's the difference between that and a home console? A home console can't be upgraded. It's a single form design, and it has its OS gaming experience that you don't need to get out of. Tell me, what's the difference? And he's going to run away and do a lap of whatever he's doing?
Guy, no, man. Why did he just ignore the app launcher and all that? What console does app launching like that? It moves around with the mouse coming up and all that, putting up these PC devices. Can Steam be pulled up on Xbox and on PlayStation 5 and Nintendo? Can GOG be on there? Dude, this is insane. Asus does not make consoles. They make PC components and devices.
No one tell him that Asus originally called their Asus ROG a console. On their website, Asus called their original Asus ROG Ally and Asus ROG Ally X a console. And I know this because King Fresh was the one that posted it on Twitter back then. And you can go and ask him if you really want to. He actually posted a screenshot where it said it is a console. So yes, Asus did call it a console. I'm just putting it out there. They did call it a console. What Asus called it, they called the original Asus ROG a console, right? So if the manufacturers are calling it a console,
if they're brainwashing you because Microsoft told them to with the PR.
Also, now Asus is brainwashing everyone. Microsoft is brainwashing everyone. The only one that isn't being brainwashed is this wise Alec here. This smart Alec. The one that thinks he's smarter than everyone in the world. Right? This one genius over here is the one that thinks that, he's the only one that's correct in the whole world. And the ultimate kicker here is I didn't call it an Xbox Series handheld. And in the video that you just heard, I even said in there, and he caught it, and he chose to deliberately ignore it, which ultimately makes it, I'm the winner, right? I win, and you can't accept it, right? That's the truth. It's eating at you that I'm right and you're wrong. It's eating at you. That's the thing. I always called it an Xbox, not an Xbox Series handheld, which you have tried to define it as. And I've said it is an Xbox. Whether you like it or not, it is. And there's nothing you can do or say that's going to change that. Well, I guess if you go and buy Microsoft and become the CEO, I guess then you'll have the right to change it. But I don't think you've got that type of pull. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here on YouTube.
Nonsense because they're teaming up. You think that they can just gonna lie to you like everybody else? Of course they are.
Wait. So the original Xbox Ally was teaming up with Xbox when they just put Windows on there? When everyone was putting Windows on there? We're not even talking about the Xbox ROG. We're talking about the original that they released. Yeah. Who's coping now?
But of course, you don't have a mind of your own. You're just accepting the PR brainwashing. You're just being brainwashed and regurgitating it like a parrot. That's what you're doing. You're parroting to me. Just parroting PR nonsense. You don't have a mind of your own. You couldn't figure it out. That it was just a PC device instead of being brainwashed.
He is so upset.
Mm-hmm.
He's so upset. I guess it's a console?
Around this. You guess? See, he don't know. He's confused.
I'm not confused.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Don't call me out again, dude.
Mate, all I'm going to say is good luck with what you do. Clearly, you have other issues that you need to deal with. And I do hope, genuinely hope, this is coming from a good place. Whether you take it or not is up to you. I do hope you take this, in good faith. I do hope you actually get the help you need. Because your behavior in this video, in this 24-minute video, which actually got me an hour and a half worth of content, which is not bad to say the least. But the fact that you have chosen to not go through this in a civil manner and react in a decent way, considering there has been no indication of me crashing out, there has been no indication of me having a meltdown. You are an absolute liar because you have now lied to your whole audience. How does that make you feel that you had to lie to your whole audience just to get people to click on your video? On top of that, what my title was real. You crashed out in the original, you crashed out in this one. Not only that, not only did you throw insults my way, not only were you rude, not only were you completely and utterly disrespectful, not just to me, but to millions of people out there, you additionally threatened me as if I'm scared of you. You threatened me over a statement where I said this is an Xbox, which your brain can't comprehend, right? Your brain needs to understand that this is not an Xbox Series handheld. That means it's not going to play native series games. It is an Xbox, which is what Microsoft is calling it. End of story, right? Get that through that brain of yours and get the medical help you need. I'm saying this from a good place. Your actions in this video is not normal. And all you've done is just proven to everyone watching in the last hour and a half that you are just a horrible, horrible person, a horrible individual that can't have a conversation. The only thing you can actually do is throw insults. And when the insults started to not have the impact you wanted to, because it was getting you more and more upset, more and more angry, more and more triggered, more and more frustrated, because in your mind you was correct and no one else can actually defy what you're saying, you then decided that I'm going to throw a threat in there as well, just for the icing on the cake. You are a pathetic small person. And like I said before, and I'm going to end this way, right? Until someone actually brought this video to my attention, you was a nothing. I didn't even second think about it. I knew you might have reacted. I just didn't care. But the fact that I've had this much of an impact on you is amazing. And I'm so proud of it. I'm so happy that I've had this level of impact. You know, after I've uploaded this video tonight, I'm going to go upstairs and go to bed. And I'm not going to think about it at all. But you know what? I know that right now, this is eating at you. And that alone brightens my day. Because you are a pathetic small man that needs to grow up, that needs to understand that there are ways of having a conversation. And what you've done here with your way of attitude is not it. But it's still an Xbox, right? I think we can all agree on that. We can all agree that this is an Xbox. But hey, just remember, the day I graced your channel was the greatest day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.